Hello everyone, welcome back to Lego Bay City. In this video, we'll be making another MOC, which is the alternate design of the Hocus Pocus set. So I've already prepared the parts here, and on the other side right there is the original set, which I'm happy to be able to add to the medieval theme. But of course, I also want to add the Sandersons Craft Shop to be placed on a base plate and to be added on the city rather than the medieval themed set. So if you haven't seen the design for this one, please check out belvabricks.com and reverbcobalt.com. But overall, I will be doing this build and doing an overview of the interior and the exterior so that you'll have a better idea of what it would look like, so that you can assess for yourself if you want to build this one or keep the original set as is. Anyway guys, let's start off here and then I'll show you the build process. The complete build. To start off with the build, I've modified the base plates where I used my reinforced base for this one so that I can easily incorporate it in the Lego City. I've also made this light gray modification here so that it will connect well with the other modulars, because initially in the design there are no available 1x8 dark bluish gray tiles, or sorry, light bluish gray tiles here. So I'm modifying this slightly so that it's better incorporated, but overall the build will still be the same. Anyway guys, I'll just take photos of the build process, just quick ones, and then I'll do the overview afterwards. And here we have the final build for the Sandersons Craft Shop. So for the ground floor, I slightly modified this one, as you would know, that I placed in these light bluish gray tiles, and I added the 1x2 dark bluish gray tiles, including the grills, which is very typical of a modular building, as well as, of course, the lamp post. But on the facade itself, it is what it has been designed. For me, I loved using the stairs being outside of the house so that it's separate from the shop that they have for their crafts. And also being able to use those reddish brown gates to end up being like an access to the backyard. I think it adds something different from what we would normally see for a modular building. Also, we have those sticker pieces for S, which means Sandersons, and the lights, and one over here as well. So just something here wherein one of the sisters is casting a spell on an intruder. It's like, hey, you're not welcome here. So for this one, I tried to add little details like these black bars on the side of the windows so that it doesn't look too plain, and it sort of adds something different that you wouldn't see in other designs that I have done. So I think that works out really well. For the roof, most of the modulars that we have right now are rectangular in shape. So this one, coming from the medieval theme, is like a nice break away from that usual style of building. This one is a little bit plain, but if I have some pieces that I could use for the tile work, similar to the Cozy House set, or maybe even like the Rivendell roof style. I'll try that one for this, but that would be, of course, an additional detail or additional parts. Let's go look at the back. I've made some changes here, mainly because I intend to place this one along with the other modulars. And so I have adjusted this wherein it's supposed to be colored gray on this area, but I removed that part and then just added more green and dark tan colors. But essentially, once you place this at the back of the other modular buildings, it should match out well with each other. I might even remove this fence right here and utilize this piece for something else so that it will be expanded when it matches up with the other modular, so it will have a bigger backyard or bigger access for things to happen in this area right here. For me, I was lucky enough that I thought of this idea for the windows. Essentially, I was contemplating on whether to just keep it all tan colors, but then that would have been so like very basic and very plain. With these window styles, it's sort of like creates something different, and it utilizes this style of windows in a different way. So if you have if you're able to build this one, you could try out that technique of just using some tiles to sort of like expand this style of window. I added this one after the design. Essentially, I didn't have this on the overall design, but you could always add more. And as you would see in the interior, it's never just one and done for me. I always manage to reuse some of the parts that have been discarded from my other builds and place them on different structures. So I try to recycle and make sure that I maximize the usage of parts and reduce the inventory that is just sitting on the bottom of the tables. Now, let's go look at the ground floor. Now, the ground floor is split into two. We have the main area for the shop, filled with all sorts of potions and frogs, of course, all sorts of candles, books, spells, and different goblets and chalice and whatnot. You could reimagine this as, rather than an actual witchcraft shop, it could be like a costume or one of those eccentric styled shops where people just like pretend to do witchcraft and stuff. But it's up to you which one you would want to incorporate in your city. This could be like a souvenir shop for a movie or for fans of the TV show. So it still doesn't go away too far from what the building was intended for. On this side, while you're able to access from the front, you have here sort of like a cooking area where people could make potions or conjure up something. The light fixture still works. There we go. So it has similarities to what was placed for the Hocus Pocus set, but I just slightly modified it and it doesn't go through all the way to the top. It could be something that you could modify further on if you wanted to, but for me, I just wanted to keep it on this portion because the upper level is more of just typically a house rather than something nefarious for doing witchcraft and stuff. So here's the exit. I used this piece right here from my collection and then just made it a little bit different and more curved rather than just a flat exit to the backyard. There we go. That's the ground floor. And this is the second floor. As you enter through the door, you will have the kitchen on this side here, where you have the kitchen sink on this side, and then you have the stove here with an exhaust or like a chimney going up, and then you have some pots and pans here with some cookies over there, and then a broom here. One of the main things that I changed in this portion is that I used more 2x4 white tiles. I wanted to experiment because the overall look had been sort of like too dark, and I wanted to lighten up the interior a little bit, and I had a lot of spare 2x2 tiles in white color, so I tried them out and I think it works out for this portion. You have the dark tan higher level here with tiles, and then you have the tan color for the walls and then white for the floor. And then I added 2 more chairs. So I think this one works out better than what I initially designed it for, but again, you could still do the original MOC that I created without using extra parts. These are just some suggestions or ideas of how you can improve it further if you wanted to try it out for yourself. Now, you might think, hey guys, or hey Brick Artisan Kim, why doesn't this house have a bathroom, a toilet? Oh no, most of the buildings that I have created so far have toilets, even at the very minimum, a 4x4 area where it's just everything right there. You have the sink, the toilet bowl, and the shower all in one small spot. And initially, I was going to try and do that, but the overall design process didn't allow me to have that in this design. And then I just thought, hey, the sisters are magical, so they just poof the poop away. I'm sorry, that's so corny, but shouldn't be that the case? Like they're magical, so they just like poof, the poop's gone, or they can clean themselves up or something. I don't know. It's just me being or trying to find an excuse not to have a toilet here. But if you do want to have a toilet, you can do so. Maybe just adjust these areas here, make it smaller, add some walls here or here so that you can create a small toilet. I might consider that option later on, but for now, I'm happy to just have a larger open space area that most of the MOCs that I've done so far, like especially for the 3-in-1 creator sets, they're very congested. So for this one, it's very open, but you can still add more details. Like could add cabinets here or some tables or some more craft stuff that they use. Who knows? Like this one would never be final. There's always an option for me to go back and remodel it a little bit. Anyway, let's go on to the attic. So for the attic, the way to remove or get access to it is to lift this roof piece similar to the style of the Hocus Pocus set. Now, just as a quick warning for you, you don't get full access to the room because this is the maximum that it can bend or adjust, like there. But I think it should have enough information for you, like to be able to see the bedroom and to see the forbidden book that's inside their bedroom. And maybe you can even add some more details here if you wanted to, but be cautious about putting some details there because they could hinder the pieces that are on this side. So for me, I'm happy with just having the bed and the book by itself. But if you want to add more details, small ones, not so tall, then you could do so if you want to. It's pretty simple for this one. This one doesn't have any openings, it's just a plain roof. So that's it for that area. And there we go. So that's it for the build and overview of the Sandersons Craft Shop, a modification of the Hocus Pocus set. Essentially, it's an alternative design. The only thing that you would actually need is one 32 by 32 base plate. But since you are using an extra piece other than the set, we still consider it as a modification rather than an alternate design. But a base plate is easy enough to buy or get a hold of, and the set is hopefully going to be on sale within the coming months. Fingers crossed. I got this one a little bit cheaper because the box was dented, but right now it's still in full price. If you have this on sale or in a really good price in Facebook Market or other shops that are online, and if you're considering another modular building for your city, maybe this one would be a nice fit for you. The different style where you have the stairs on this side going up, and then you have the gate that leads to the backyard, the different aesthetics that you would not normally see in other modular buildings might be a good change and a good addition for your Legos city. Now, for my part, the next problem is to try to find a place for this in my city layout. It's again a little bit difficult for me to rearrange things, but I want to incorporate this in the canal area over here, probably, or going closer to the medieval area. If you have some suggestions or ideas of where we could place the Sandersons Craft Shop, please let me know in the comments down below. We could rearrange some of the modulars here or here so that we could still see the backyard like so. But since it's a brand new MOC, I want to feature it closer where people could see it more. But anyway, it still has to be good when it comes to combining with the rest of the modular buildings. On this side, we have the residential houses, so we could also place it here. And since it has a nice backyard, it could be a good fit with the rest of these ones, because you could still see the backyard coming from that direction when you're in that spot of the Lego City. But we shall see. I'll be playing around with the position of the modular buildings for another while. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you have suggestions or comments, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you're interested in the MOC, you can purchase the design instructions on belverbricks.com and rebrickable.com. Anyway guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. Bye!